Each year we see a shift in the design and styles of website, and if you look closer, there is a pattern that you would see. Some are over minimalistic while others are so off-putting that you would never visit them again. Let's take a look at some of the design trends for 2024. The first one is of course minimalism. These are the websites that say this is how things are supposed to be. A button looks like a button and it is just as simple as that. The best example here is the chat share library. Since it became very popular, several websites started implementing these in the same style. The second type of websites are 3D elements. These websites consist of various 3D elements running on their site. Most of these websites uses 3JS to build these components. However, due to the popularity of tools like Spline 3D, it has become very popular and easy to create custom 3D models, and in fact creating cool animations with these 3D models. 3D design often increases the time that your user spends on your website, as it hooks the users as they interact with the website. The next type of design is Bento designs. Bento designs are one of the latest trends in web design. The idea is derived from the famous Japanese lunchbox with different size cells for different foods. The concept of grid with boxes in various shapes has translated into web design. A Bento grid is a grid with different size boxes used to showcase different features or products in web design. It offers a unique layout compared to the plain old grid layouts, which can look really cliche. The next one is quite different, playing with the typography. The move towards larger than life typographies is not about making a statement. It's all about a strategic approach to improve the user engagement and enhancing the user experience. Large fonts, bold fonts can capture the user attention instantly, seeing the tone of the website and conveying the brand message very loud and very clear. Be careful while choosing the best font, as some fonts are really hard to read and some fonts are really messy. Next up, micro interactions. Micro interactions are the small animations that provide visual feedback in response to the user's action. They give the users the feeling that they are actually doing something through these subtle interactions. Similarly, micro animations are also trending where the entire page moves in some direction, providing a more engaging experience. Another design trend is dynamic cursors. When websites were first created, people were okay with the regular normal cursors. But this is 2024 and we need dynamic cursors. By changing the appearance of the cursor or introducing animation triggered by the cursor, visitors can enjoy engaging with the scrolling behaviors or on-click actions. It is really a great way to hook your audience as they try to play around with it. It provides a soothing feel. Another design trend is Scrolli-Telling. Scrolli-Telling is a combination of storytelling and scrolling on a website. There are various types of scrolling like the horizontal, the vertical scrolling, which guides the user through a journey. Apple is the key player in using Scrolli-Telling. All its product pages connects from top to bottom, and if a user visits the website, they are sure to scroll through the entire web page. This trend takes advantage of the full screen imagery and common cinematographic techniques such as slow zooms, 3D rotations, and long tracking shots. Another one is using unique arts and visuals. These kinds of design uses hand-drawn art or even some unusual arts, which is rarely seen on websites, but still catches user attention because of its rarity. Mostly they have some kind of 2D art, but yeah, it opens a door for a lot of artistic experience on the web. Next one is Scrapbook aesthetic. Scrapbook aesthetic is a modern and commonly used web design technique on creating people's website in recent times. The design technique uses elements such as handwriting, tone papers, stickers, doodles, and other decorative elements that are commonly used in physical scrapbooks. Next one is the Kinetic typography. Kinetic typography uses the animated text, gaining popularity in 1960s through its inclusion in feature films. The primary goal of these animations is to capture the visitor's attention upon entering the website, like they should have a feel like it's something different. Kinetic typography is an animation technique that interacts with the motion with the text, which is why it is also sometimes called motion typography. There is no fixed way in which the text should be animated. The letters can be shrinking or expanding, move around the page, change color, undergo distortion, or subject to any kind of creative techniques that a graphical designers want to use. Next one is the visible borders. Considering that the websites are actually built on strict grids and held together with code, what can make them really look real? Like they are floating in space with limits neatly arranged by hand. Well, borders don't just separate the content. If they are used properly, they can give a realistic touch to websites and can create a clean impression. These websites create a visual hierarchy as well as visual separation of contents. Next one is the retro design in UI. Retro design has been one of the popular web design trends. It's a great way to make your website stand out. Retro designs brings a sense of nostalgia, and it is one of the most effective web design styles when it comes to connecting sites with users. Next up, Claymorphism. Claymorphism is a new age of 3D effects. It uses dual inner shadows and an outer outer shadow to create a really cool, soothing, floating aesthetic website. It is a really inviting way of making key visual elements pop out without overdoing it. Next one is stand out with bespoke illustrations. Alright, what pops into your mind when you hear stock images? Cheesy greens, bad acting, generalized imagery. Yeah, we are over it too. 2024 is all about custom graphics with personality. We are talking about quirky hand design sketches, one of a kind graphic arts and other images just created just for you. These illustrations fit seamlessly into your site with a charm instead of giving your users a deja vu. The last one on our list is light mode. Yes, you heard it right. Light mode is back. People were totally into dark mode, but nowadays most websites look similar in dark mode and people have realized that they no longer need dark mode. Light mode is now the cool design that gives people an awe feeling, but of course it totally depends on the user. But these days even I like to see websites in light mode. With that we have come to an end. If you want to see more design magic, click the subscribe button. It will make me happy and chill out.